she bet against you or he bet against you? Like, is that something that happened in your own personal life? Is there one person that you could say that, obviously you want to say their name?
So to give y'all the origin story of how it happened, I was dating a girl for about 8 or 9 months or so. Really good relationship too. Honestly, the best one I've been in. Now I knew it was probably going to end because she was based out of LA. She was working here as a traveler, and she wanted me to move back to LA with her. That's where her mom is, and that's the only family that she really has. But I told her, I was like, I'm not moving to LA. Number one, I don't like California like that. And two, I've started to create my network down here in Miami.
Yeah, that's hard to build.
Yeah, and then I've heard a guy, shout out Myron Gaines, he said when a woman breaks up with you, or whatever, that's her basically betting against your future.
Welcome back to Players vs. Gents, where we separate the mindset from the emotion and the boys from the men.
Today, we have a special guest in the building. He's a fitness motivator, entrepreneur, and a man on a mission.
We got Waylo in the building. This man ain't just talking about discipline. He living it from the gym to the lifestyle to building a brand that actually moves people. Shout out my guy, Waylo in the building.
Bro.
Sure, bro.
I need to always have you do my intros, bro. You make me sound real good.
Man, I do what I can do, you know what I'm saying? I always tell everybody that, but I appreciate you coming on, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you for
having me.
Shout out
my boy Ace as well. He finally back in the studio, back in the MIA. And but yeah, man, we're gonna touch base a little bit about you, you know what I'm saying, your brand.
Absolutely.
And just, what you got going on. So just as a start, I know we just spoke a little bit about you coming from Indianapolis. Yeah. Just how was that upbringing for you so far? Just like
upbringing was good. Grew with my mom and dad.
Okay.
You
got any siblings or?
Yeah, I'm the second, the youngest. I got older sisters who are twins. They're 5 years older than me. I have an older brother, and then I have a younger sister.
So you're pretty much the middle child.
I guess you could say, yeah.
Middle child syndrome. Like you act like man, the world's mine. Like man, I deserve this.
Nah, that's
shit.
my younger sister.
Okay,
that's my younger sister. It's always like that with the baby. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess you could say I'm the middle child. My brother, he has a different mother than we do. So he didn't grow up in the same house with us, but we seen him pretty much every weekend and stuff.
So you grew up with both parents?
Yeah, my mom and my dad, yeah.
Did you play instruments or sports growing up?
Yeah, I played football. Basketball, I played, but not so much. It was mainly football. And then just, being in the neighborhood playing football and stuff like that.
So growing up, was you like, people have that extracurricular thing, people either in church or they Boy Scouts, or what was your thing? Your mom was like, your parents was like, yo, you doing this every summer?
It was always church. We went to church every Sunday and every Wednesday for Bible study. And then, like I said, I used to play football a lot. So my dad kind of took pride in me playing football. My dad is not the most athletic, so I think he kind of like lived through me a little bit when it came to that. Be on the sideline like any other parent, yelling and screaming. You know what I mean? If I'm doing bad, my coach will look to my dad will yell at me and I'll make a big play. And that was kind of like something that my coaches knew that if my dad said something to me, I actually go out there and make a play, whether it was a sack or a big time catch or something like that.
So how would you describe your upbringing? Like, everybody has their testimony, their stories. Some people have it better than others. In a scale of 1 to 10, like, how would you describe that?
I wouldn't say it was a 10 because I think a 10 will indicate that it's perfect. But I grew up with a loving mother, father. I respect my dad a lot. Me and him would clash a lot of the times as I got older, but I really appreciate having a father. Especially he taught me a lot. Some things not necessarily teaching me directly, but indirectly teaching me certain things. Like I said, we would fight certain times when I got older. I just told him recently how much I thought he did a great job with me. My mom as well, but me and my dad, we have a different type of relationship. I would say I'm a little bit closer to my dad than I am my mom. I mean, I love my mom, of course. Super close to my dad, especially now, because I understand a lot of the things that I didn't understand when I was a kid. And he would tell me, like, when you get older, you really don't understand, some of the things that I was trying to teach you about being a man, taking accountability, working hard. Once I started working, like maybe 14 years old, I got a job at a bounce house place. And as soon as I got a job, as soon as I got my first check, he was like, all right, you paying your own phone bill. I was like, dang, bro, like, hey, let me get a few checks up under my belt. Like,
yeah, but my life was a little different on that because I grew up with my mom, so
yeah,
like single parent mom, type vibe. But I noticed that like she gave me everything. Yeah, to where like when you become older and become like a man, a full adult, things don't be given to you.
Pops didn't give me shit. I tell you that right now, he didn't give me nothing.
I know everything I had was earned for.
Yeah, he gave me the tools that I needed though. Because I didn't like asking for stuff and I didn't like being told no. So I knew that I would just have to get it on my own. Obviously, he was there if I really needed something like an emergency situation or something, I can ask him. But for the most part, he just made me earn everything. I appreciate that more now because, you know, seeing how other people were raised like without a dad or whatever, I appreciate him a lot more for that. Especially I would complain about my dad sometimes like, oh, you know, he don't do this or he don't do that or he ain't do this for me or whatever. But then I had homies down the street and they like, yo, they wouldn't tell me this directly, but they'll kind of look at me like, bro, like, you got it all. Because we always had like small like gadgets and stuff like that. Like I had a dirt bike when I was younger. We had mopeds and stuff like that. So the kids down the street always thought we was rich.
Oh, shit, did the kids down the street have both parents though?
Most of them didn't.
So
I was one of the only kids in the neighborhood.
Having both parents, like how did you do in your networking group, like your friend group, are most of them single parent households?
I think a lot of them are, now that I think about it.
How are you friends with them though? How y'all relating?
With me and Trey, like I said, I met him freshman year of high school. So we met early on. He had both parents.
Trey, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Crown Recovery, man. He grew up with both parents. His was a little bit different than mine. You know, we both had strong fathers, you know, but then just networking and meeting people, you know, you become friends with people, not necessarily knowing if they got both parents, but if they just good people. Just whether playing football or just meeting people in passing, and then just realizing they're just genuine people. We kind of connected that way. And then just like through trials and tribulations, like the friendship got stronger, especially with Trey. We went through a lot of like tough times together, which really brought us together, especially in college. I can remember a story where me and him was, we were living in a dorm together and we hadn't probably eaten in about close to a week or so. I ran out of swipes, he ran out of swipes. And one day I just kind of went through my wallet and I realized that my mom had bought me a Subway card. And like I said, we really didn't eat for a few days. We went down the Subway and we got a foot long and we basically split it. You know what I mean? Man. And that was one of those things we look back at it and we be like, yo, like we went through some struggles together. But like we was always there for each other, you know. Never really had any arguments or any disagreements. We had like one disagreement in college and we sat down and talked about it like men and we never really had another problem after that. It's always been solid.
It's a real strong brotherhood, bro.
Yeah, that's my dog.
That's important for us men to have like strong brotherhoods to where one lacking, the other one got it. You feel me? Show support. You know what I'm saying? It's always love.
Absolutely. He showed a lot of support, man, for sure.
Shit, with all that, who is the man you are now?
I'm still getting better, but just improving in every aspect, you know, whether it's the gym, because for a minute, we spoke about it off camera. I didn't take the gym seriously. And when I was younger, kind of went through a little patch where I would say I went through depression. I think it was more self-diagnosed.
Would you say that was like relationships or was it just your own personal?
A little bit with that, but mainly like my relationship with my dad. Like I said, we had like a strenuous relationship as I was getting older. Some things I didn't agree with. But if I'm being honest, I think I was just being soft back then. It was some things that he was trying to teach me that wasn't necessarily getting through to me.
We all have our phases, you know?
Yeah, of course.
What changed that for you?
Just kind of doing some self-reflection, really. That's really what changed it for me. And then I think a great way to build a strong mind is through a strong body. So being disciplined and going to the gym and getting a stronger body, because it takes discipline, it takes consistency. Just going to the gym started to help me understand certain things. And then I started consuming better content online, listening to other guys who were strong men as well, where they talked about like how depression isn't real. And being someone who was kind of diagnosed with that and they prescribed me pills for it as well. And I didn't really have to do too much to get those pills. And now I look back at it, I was like, yo, that was bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't need that.
You didn't need it.
I didn't need that. It's just a thing to just cope with what you can't deal with, honestly.
Yeah, it was a mindset thing. I was looking at it like...
It's all natural.
Yeah, it was a mindset thing because once I changed and shifted my mindset and said, you know, number one, ain't nobody coming to save me. I need to work hard. I need to get better. It's not everyone else, it's me. And once I accepted that, I started working harder. And then, you know, I wasn't doing a lot of the things I was supposed to do. I think the depression, sort of say, was basically my body telling me, you're not doing enough. You know what I mean? It was a reaction of my body saying, you know, you need to do better, stop smoking weed, stop, work harder, work more hours, get in the gym, eat better food. All that contributed to me mentally not feeling like I was good enough or where I was supposed to be because I was eating bad food, I was smoking weed a lot, working just 40 hours a week, not really doing much, not really having nothing going for myself. And then once that stuff changed, my mindset changed. And then, like I said, listening to more content of people telling me that's like, you know, it's just work harder, you know, go to the gym. Because once you start doing that, you start to, again, build a stronger mindset. Once my mindset got stronger, it's like nothing can hurt me now. Nothing
Man, absolutely, bro. You build that shield, that confidence. Yeah. I went on a similar thing. It's called a spiritual journey. And through that time, I practiced semen retention, did masturbate, have sex. I was particular about my intake with my food, my music that I listened to. Young Dolph, shout out to R.I.P. My favorite rapper. Dolph. Like he speaks knowledge, you know, and stuff like that. Everything mattered. Everything made sense. going on self-love dates by myself, meeting people. You know, it builds that confidence. Like I am a being that can take the world. I can roam the world and I can do as I please because I'm that confident.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing I liked for a long time. I used to be really shy growing up.
Yep.
I was very introverted and things like that, but just starting to learn more, read more, being able to speak better, and then just starting off with simple things like just saying good morning to everybody. You know, it got rid of that social anxiety for me.
You putting out what you want back.
Yeah.
You know, you creating the environment, the temperature for the room.
Absolutely.
It's like when you walk into the room as a man, you confident. And it's like, hello, everybody. You know, you're going to test the temperature and you're going to make it to where we want it to be.
Yeah, I had to learn that a lot. So like, especially now people see me like I'm a lot more confident and stuff like that. I wasn't always this way. This was something that was built.
For sure.
I mean? I used to be real shy, really was nervous and scared of what people thought of me. I would almost, like when people would be looking at me and talking to me, especially too many eyes, I'll start to sweat like heavy.
Anxiety.
The anxiety would go crazy. But now it's like I can actually stand in front of people and actually speak, you know, especially now because I'm more knowledgeable. I read a lot more. I know more what I'm talking about.
You come with substance now.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a lot more confidence when you can speak about something that you know what you're talking about. You know, if you're ignorant, you don't really have much to say.
Man, where'd that come from though? Like you read a book or some shit?
Just reading more and then just practice. It's really what it is. Just practice, just speaking more.
Practice going out getting turned down or practice ordering food. What you talking about? How you do that?
Yeah. Whether it's dating, getting turned down a lot, realizing that, you know, you're going to get turned down. That's a part of life. Somebody going to tell you no.
You still get turned down nowadays?
Yeah, you always going to get
When
turned down.
last time you got turned down, bro? When last time you like, all right, let me walk away, let me smooth off, dance off and shit?
I'll say probably a couple times within the last month or so. I don't approach as many girls as I used to. I still do, but, you know, we're in a social media world now, so a lot of the times it may be like DMs or something like that. I do cold approach
that's a little less harsh. Because if you're around and you, like you said, you got eyes looking at you and you in a public place, it's like, all right, you got to play that off. Some people turn to what they do, aggression, like calling her names.
Yeah.
Some get mad or some talk shit.
No, I don't care. I don't care, bro. It ain't gonna waver my confidence because it's a part of life. You know what I mean? You're gonna get turned down. But no, I don't mind it now. I still cold approach every now and again. And like I said, just being turned down, especially
do you feel
guy,
like
you're gonna get turned down.
The way you try to approach her, or like do you feel like it's at that moment how you
when you start talking to more women and you understand like a lot of things can be interpreted about what she's going through that day or how she feels, you know, you can be her ideal guy, but maybe something happened that morning that kind of fucked her up mentally to where she just don't want to talk.
So what you saying, I mean? Like, all right, babe, I understand. You just not in the right mind space to understand the man I am. So I'm gonna give you some grace to go get your shit together.
Sometimes, I mean, they just be like, you can kind of, I pick up on social cues a lot more now too, you know? So sometimes she might not even outwardly reject me, but I can kind of know and I can see by her body language that she ain't really fucking with me or really feeling me like that. And I don't mind it. It's like, okay, I just on to the next one. You know, it's a numbers game. So
have you come to see what your type is, that the type that choose you, that wants you back? Or is it still like, all right, she may not type shit? It's a pick of everybody.
Yeah, it's really like, it's very random. You know what I mean? Because I approach all type of women.
Let's get into it then. So what's your type of like woman? we're gonna get into it. The segment.
Oh shit! Build a bit.
It's called Build a Bit, right?
Build a bit.
He's starting early.
It's for the women too. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you build up the type of like person that you want, a partner that you want.
It's a part of manifesting.
Basically, right? So if you had to put it in perspective, if you can build a woman of your dreams and desires, how would she look and like what would be her characteristics?
Okay, you want height and everything?
Put it together. So we can see a picture.
Okay.
Make it quick though.
As much as I like short women, I do like tall women. So I would say about 5'7", 5'8" at least.
That's to your shoulder or something? Or your neck?
Yeah, I'm about 5'10", 5'11".
Okay.
So natural hair, natural face. I prefer all natural. Even if she's like a real petite, I don't mind that. I just prefer a natural woman.
What you know about petite, my boy?
Man, them petite one hit and miss, bro. They could be or they could be I
mean, because you know, she want to build her body, she can just get in the gym.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I would say tall, natural. The race really don't matter. It's really like how she acts and how she treats me. I just don't like any type of masculine woman.
Do Latino women treat you the same as black women?
No.
So how is it
better or worse?
You said which one's better?
Yeah, what's better and worse to you?
Well, my anecdotal experience has always been Latino women or Hispanic women.
They treat you better?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never.
I think it's a little bit of the culture, but you know, I've dated some really good black women too, though. You know what I mean? They're really soft and nice.
I love black
It
women.
always comes up on how she was raised a lot of the times and like what was put into her mind. So like it just depends, like I said, because I've dated a woman who was, you know, she was like, I think her dad was black and white, but her mom was fully black. So she was basically 75% black. She was really soft, really sweet, really nice, natural hair, very sweet. You know, I asked her if anything and she would do it for me. She didn't give me really no problems. We never really argued or nothing like that. I just don't like women who are like combative and argumentative. You know what I mean? I don't like any woman who's
masculine. How you deal with that?
I don't blame them though.
How you deal with that though?
I don't deal with them.
Okay, but I'm saying like if you had a, let's say you put a perspective and there's a girl that, you know, you got history with, whatever the case may be, and she be combative towards you. Like, how do you deal with that situation? You just let her go?
Yeah. You gotta get used to just letting those type of women go. Okay. If she's gonna cause me more
what if you got children with her?
Damn. Why you do that?
Good thing I ain't got no kids.
Why you do that though?
Good thing I ain't got no
honestly,
kids.
Seriously, I don't blame them. I blame their father. That's really they're a product of their environment. Yeah, that's honestly what it is. So
you can change that
if they
though,
knew better, they do better.
A lot of times you can be a product of your own environment, but we all have free will. So it's based on your own decisions. You know what I mean?
This is true.
So you have to subconsciously be able to separate the two. You can be raised a certain way, but that don't mean you got to stay that way.
Man, this is a public message. To my black woman, we love you. No combativeness. Listen, we saying shit for a reason. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, I feel like the combativeness is always going to be with any woman you have. I mean, it's going to be certain levels to it, of course.
It'll come eventually?
Yeah, of course.
Women going to test 100%. You, bro.
That's one thing I've noticed.
I feel like they get bored sometimes, honestly. If you
how can I fuck up his day-to-day?
Something that's too easy going?
That's just the perfect way to do it. Like, how can I fuck up his day-to-day? Like,
yeah, they're going to test you. So you got to, you know, because most women, they want a strong, dominant guy. So you got to be able to know how to put them in their place.
But even when that comes...
What reference is that, though?
What do you mean?
You saying like how you put a girl in her place? Like what reference?
Just let her
is
know
that?
what it is. Like just, you know, you don't got to be dominant in the sense of like hitting her or like yelling at her, but just letting her know what it is, what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. You know, I'm not gonna yell at you, scream at you. I'm definitely not gonna put my hands on you. Okay. But it's like I'm gonna put you in one or two boxes. It's either gonna be like I'm gonna take you seriously category or the sex only category. So it's like you have a relationship box and you have a recreational use box.
This is the thing, right? So in a sense like that, right? Because you put it like that, either or. With that being said, would you say you're a player or you're a gentleman, respectfully? Because it goes based on how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a man of God, bro.
Let's break it down. All right, so it's really either you pushing P or you keeping a G for that one. So you pushing P with the few, the many, and you keeping a G with the few. So it's really a sense of it's the yin and yang, the balance. To where some women you gonna treat them, you can push and P with them. Some women you gonna keep a G with them to where they just may be that special woman, whatever it may be, or that potential the one.
I'm always very honest with them and very direct. I always tell them, don't ask me no questions you don't want to know the answer to. So if you're going to ask me a question, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Sometimes I got to kind of pacify it a little bit so I don't come off too strong because I know the way I say things, it can be kind of hurtful. Like even with my mom growing up, she used to always tell me it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But even as a kid, I used to always think like, if I'm telling the truth, it don't matter how I say it. You know what I mean? But I understand when women are a lot more soft. Like with guys, you know how we talk off camera. So I say certain things to guys that I can't say to a woman. Yeah. And I understand that. But I can still be direct without being so crazy because, you know, a lot of them are very sensitive. So I don't want to intentionally hurt their feelings, but sometimes, you know, it's inevitable. Like I'm going to say what it is regardless. If you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you what it is.
Women act in emotion. So they think in emotion. So therefore you have to use your emotion to properly speak. If you're speaking out of just literally verbatim, or realistically, it's not gonna make sense. It's gonna be too harsh.
Yeah, a lot of women get it though. Most of them get it. Like with me being direct and honest with them, I do lose a lot of women because it'd be easier for me just to lie. You know what I mean? I'll get way more women and retain way more women if I just lied. But sometimes I always say like, I think I'm gonna lie a little bit more this time. Like I'll be like, damn, I'm gonna tell her what she want to hear.
To sweeten it up.
But once it actually gets there, I'm just like, because I don't want the headaches on the back end. Okay. That's my biggest thing. It's like,
better to hurt their feelings than break their heart.
Yeah, it's like I'd rather just tell you what it is now. And you know, most women say they want that because it allows them the ability to be able to accept it or not, to be able to make their own decision. But it's like I don't want to have no issues on the back end. I don't want you putting sugar in my tank. I don't want you busting out windows, going crazy, fucking up my shit. So I'd rather just tell them what it is.
I've never dealt with a woman like that before though. Like that's crazy. Like breaking your stuff like that? Nah.
I had one that I swear I didn't have concrete proof, but I was getting way too many flat fucking tires for about 2 months, 2 to 3 months. And I'm like, yo, I know it's you. Especially when I would go to work, because I'm like, only you know where I parked at.
I was talking to somebody and they said that all women do that. They like once they get into that mood, Like, I don't know if that's a normal thing or not.
It's different levels.
I've never dealt with that before.
It's different levels. I never had my tire flattened, but I know different levels of crazy for women comes with different fetishes, different sex drive, different levels of whatever. A lot of times they say crazy punani is the best punani, but it comes with that.
Nah, bro.
So where a lot of times them hood rats with five kids and 4 baby mamas, they come with that. But then you got the crazy shorties that I don't know. It's really, I feel like.
Welcome back to Players vs.
I feel like you gonna get to see who they are for real.
That's how
and
we
that
do
comes with their fetish.
Welcome back. All you gotta say is welcome back, Players vs. Gents. All right, so now we back at it, man. You know what I'm saying? So look, we
want this shit PG.
Yeah, man. So look, basically, y'all. So we got your brand, She Bet Against You.
Yeah.
Right. So I do want to take a look into that. I know you say you had some new shirts. You say you was having like some type of material base going on.
So we used to be with Nike.
Yeah.
So this is the shirt. It's the brand. We use Under Armour now.
Just because the material's Under Armour.
Yeah, it's drop fit Under Armour shirts. We used to be with Nike, but somebody put some offensive shit on some Nike stuff and fucked it up for everybody. So now we can't print on Nike. So now we do Under Armour.
Okay, that's fire, man.
So these are most of the.
And those the 2 colors you got right now is just.
Nah, we got mad colors. I got green, blue, purple.
Are those made for working out?
Yeah, they're all drop fit.
Okay.
So that's the SBA wild, like mainly for like a lot of the guys will wear that. The ladies wear the He Bet Against You. I don't have one of those with me right now.
So you have a She Bet Against You and a He version as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fire.
So
my gentleman lady.
It kind of started off with it being like I kind of came up with it after a breakup with a girl, but then it kind of evolved into reminding ourselves that at some point somebody has bet against you, whether that's been like in a relationship, a job, a school, a parent, a friend, somebody at some point in life have looked at you and said that their life was better without you. So my thing is about self-improvement, about getting better in every aspect, getting better physically, mentally, emotionally, being able to control your emotions, being able to speak and convey yourself better. Obviously we're human, so we're imperfect. So there's always something you can work on. It's always something that you can get better at.
So how's that aspect for you? Like you said, she bet against you or he bet against you. Like, is that something that happened in your own personal life? Is there one person that you could say that, obviously you want to say their names, but can you think of a person that probably has done that too?
So to give you out an origin story of how it happened, I was dating a girl for about 8 or 9 months or so. It was a really good relationship too. Honestly, the best one I've been in. Now I knew it was probably going to end because she was based out of LA. She was working here as a traveler. She's based out of LA and she wanted me to move back to LA with her. That's where her mom is and that's the only family that she really has. But I told her, I was like, I'm not moving to LA. Number one, I don't like California like that. And two, I've started to create my network down here in Miami. So I wasn't going to forego that to go out to LA and start all over again.
Yeah, that's hard to build.
And then I've heard a guy, shout out Myron Gaines. He said, basically when a woman breaks up with you or whatever, that's her basically betting against your future. So
because if a woman really, really fuck with you for real, she gonna be around you. She not just gonna.
Yeah, and she was good.
No matter the circumstances, I feel like at least.
Yeah, and she was good. I'm not gonna make it seem like it was honestly more or less me, being honest. But that kind of stuck out in my mind and made me remember that. So like when I put on that shirt, it's kind of like reminding myself that I need to get better. And it wasn't necessarily something where I was like, where I could say like she truly bet against me, but that's something that's kind of like a motivator.
Okay, let me ask you this. So you don't like long distance relationships?
Hell no, that don't make no sense.
I've done it.
I mean, it is what you make it. Honestly, I feel like
I was in the same state as
I feel like it could be done. But
same state.
I wouldn't rather it though. I don't think it's necessary, but it could be done though.
It could be, but it's like,
would I do it again though?
My thing is like when it comes to that, like I said this to her because I think at one point she wanted to like move in, but I don't want to live with a woman, especially not right now. And my biggest thing is I want us to be able to like kind of miss each other. When you around someone for too much, little things start to annoy you about them. So with her, I would only see her on the weekends.
I disagree to that. I feel like you living with a woman is like she can either improve your life or she can make it worse.
Of course,
obviously.
But it's gonna be things you get annoyed by. But it's when you living with a person, you come to accept them. That's part of love. You accept their flaws.
You ever heard the expression "This is make the heart grow fonder"? That's kind of like how it was. Like so, when I would see her, it was always kind of like it always felt like we was kind of in that honeymoon stage for the longest. You know what I mean? Where when I seen her, it was always I was always excited to see her. She always run and jump on me and stuff like that. And I kind of like that dynamic. To where whenever I see her, we had a good time with each other, and we cherish those moments when we were with each other. Versus I'm seeing you every single day, which even if she did live with me, I work so many hours that I wouldn't even see her every single day or all the time. It'd only probably be at night. And we worked different shifts. At the time, I was working overnight. She was working second shift. So even if she did live with me, technically, I wouldn't see her that much. But she did add a lot of value to my life. Like it was, you know.
So her having that distance, you prefer that?
When I mean distance, I mean like we don't live in the same apartment.
Okay, so you want the honeymoon stage, but her living in the same city?
Yeah, like we live in the same city. Like I mean, we can live 10, 15 minutes away from each other, but I need my space sometimes too. Sometimes I want to come home and just shower. And
all
go
right,
to sleep.
so let me ask you this question: what's your end goal when it comes to becoming a family man? Is that something that you like see yourself in? Do you see yourself
eventually?
Okay.
You know, I still got some time. I'm 30. I just turned 30, so I still got time. You know, to have children. It's not like I'm on like a biological time clock. So I can have children, you know. My thing is I want to make sure I hit some financial goals and stuff like that before I do that. Because my mindset is that once my woman gets pregnant, she's not allowed to work. Okay. You know.
All right. So you want to be the lead. Well, I don't say want to be, but your whole goal is to become the lead that like funnels the income, the resources, things of that nature.
Yeah, it's like I look at it like working for her would be elective. So she can if she wants to, but especially when she becomes pregnant, I don't want her to work. I don't want that extra stress on her. Yeah. I want her to be able to focus on, you know, taking care of her health. You know, I've spoke to like some doulas and like nurses and stuff like that. And it's very important to eat healthy, still work out and stuff like that, be active while you're pregnant. It makes the pregnancy a lot better for the woman, less stress. So working can be very stressful. And you know, the hormone imbalance and stuff like that is already going on. I don't want her having to go through that through pregnancy. I want to be able to go to sleep, wake up, not have no cares in the world, things like that.
Man, all right. So look, you already explained what you'll be towards, like, you know, because as of right now, you got any kids?
No.
I don't got no kids either.
That you know of.
But
that I know of.
Eventually, yeah. Well, nah. but other than that, like, what would you say like your like fatherhood would be for you? Like if you can point that out. How would that aspect be? It's gonna be
very interesting. I'm looking forward to it actually. At some point, I see a lot of kids now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be dope. You know what I mean? Because like I have a nephew. Obviously, he's not my son, but like when I would be back home, I spend a lot of time with him and my nieces. I spend a lot of time with my nieces and nephews, so I think it's real fun. Me and him fight a lot. You know what I mean? I've helped him with make sure he's disciplined. Like for a long time, ever since he's about 2 years old, I always make him do push-ups. So whenever he sees me, he knows he got to do push-ups. And sometimes he'll call me and be like, I did some push-ups today. I'm kind of getting a little bit of practice, I would say, with them. Starting to learn
That's perfect practice.
Yeah, how I would be as a dad. Because especially with my nephew, he looked just like me. So when I'm with him, everyone thinks he's my son anyway. Yeah. Because me and my sister look alike. My younger sister looks like me. So I'm looking forward to fatherhood. I don't know what that will look like. Obviously, I'll probably still be working a lot, but I will be there and, you know, obviously active and stuff like that. Like I said, because I had my dad in my life. So I know I would be there, but I don't know, man. I haven't really given that too much thought of what it would look like.
It'll come natural. You know, it'll be something you'll adjust your life to. I assume you'll make it happen. You know, it'll be natural and it seems right.
I still got a few more years, man. I'm probably going to start talking about 34, 35-ish. That's probably when I start. Like I said, that's another 4 or 5 years from now at least.
What, to decide to have children?
Yeah. You know, also, too, is picking the right woman, too. You know what I mean?
But that also does take time, too. You don't just hit off within the first year. I mean, like, let's put that in perspective, like, because when is it the right time to have children with the right woman? Like, I would say
when you have
you won't know until
when you have a kingdom, like he said it perfectly. When you have a kingdom where she don't have to worry about nothing, working is an elective, then it's right.
Yeah, but that also has to build. That also does build up time, though.
It takes time to build up.
It takes time and hard work to get.
You got to actually start living. You don't know a person until you start living with them. Like you can be separated from a girl. You think she's what she is, and then when y'all moving together, it's like a whole nother ball game. So like all that shit takes time.
What does it mean to be a superior man to you?
You need to be working on everything. You need to be elite in every category, fitness wise, mentally. Like I said, because we talked about it earlier, women gonna test you mentally. You know what I mean? They're gonna test you to make sure that you're that guy still. You know what I mean? They need to know that you're a protector and provider. So they're gonna test you whether it's, you know, verbally and things like that. And you need to be able to be stoic, cool, calm, and collective in those moments and stuff like that. You can firmly put them in their place without yelling at them, etc. But you need to be strong. You need to be able to make money. You need to be competent. You need to be able to be a leader. You need to be respected by your peers. You need to be an elite guy.
Do you think that's realistic though? In your peer group, do you feel like it's people around you that are superior men in the way that you described?
Yes.
Let's put in the best description. Are there people that you can tell or just people around in your life that you know that they're not in a superior state? Do you know a couple of those people?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say their names, but yeah, it's a few. But so, we're all working on it. We're men.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So we gotta work on it. It's a few of us, and even I'm not fully where I would want to be. Again, we're not perfect, so we're always working on ourselves. So we're always polishing up on certain things. But I think you need to work on all areas. Like I said, even when I say fitness, but I mean being able to fight and also be able to shoot a gun.
Right.
You know, I mean, like being able to make money, but also being good with money. Because just making money ain't enough. You know, you need to be responsible with the money.
And be able to create a home and spend time to make the home better.
Exactly. Being able to be able to lead means you got to have some level of experience and knowledge to be able to teach and lead her. You need to be elite in every area and working on every area. Now, you're not going to be perfect, but you can be working on every aspect. So you need to be doing everything. You need to be working on everything. And it's definitely achievable. You just got to be able to be self-reflective and realize and acknowledge where your weak points are and work on those weak points, and not being too cool to say, I could be better at this. Some people look at it like, oh,
so
I'm perfect or whatever.
As you're doing that, right?
Yeah.
You say you want your woman to live near you, but in a different place. How do you encourage her to be a superior woman and to keep up with you? How do you make that happen along with your journey?
Just her being submissive and being inquisitive. That was one thing I didn't mention when you asked me about building a woman. She doesn't necessarily have to be super intelligent, but as long as she's inquisitive and she's willing to learn, I think that's really, really good. Because especially when your woman starts to love, admire, and respect you, she basically becomes like a mini version of you. If you like a sports team, she's gonna start rooting for that sports team. You know what I mean? If you like going to the gym, she's gonna want to go to the gym. She's gonna start acquiescing to what you like to do. So I think that's also another strong indicator that your woman actually fucks with you and she likes you, because she starts to do and takes an interest in what you take an interest in.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Damn. But I do want to get back to that question though, because I feel like you never really answered it.
Do it a bit.
No, not even build a bit. But it's within your experience as a man, what you've gone through and everything that you're building up to, would you, in the most healthiest way, would you consider yourself a player or a gentleman?
When we say that, do you know what that means? Be in a healthy way, be a player? In a healthy way, be a gentleman?
Explain it to me real quick so I can actually get
in a healthy way, be
answer.
A player. You have a code, you have morals. So where you tell it how it is, and you create a environment to where you like, look, I have a roster. I'm doing my thing. I have my queen, or however it may be. Versus being a gentleman, it's like, okay, you choose to where I'm going to selectively choose to mess with one, maybe two girls, or I'm going to, go about it in a way to where I'm gonna give her a chance first and then give another one a chance. Versus a player, it's like, you know what? You have your role. You have your role. Let's make it happen.
I don't think I'll ever be monogamous to one woman. Me just being honest. So I guess with that explanation, I'll probably be more in the players category. Like I said, I'm very honest about it. They're asking me like, yo, am I the only woman you talking to? No. It's not like I got 50 of them or nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, especially, and then I'm single too right now. So it's like,
Does that run women away when you tell them that?
Sometimes it do, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of women, I would say a majority of them respect it, number one. I say 80 to 90% of them respect it, maybe even more. They respect it, but a lot of them say, I don't want to deal with that. Some of them think they can deal with it for a little bit, and they think, I can change his mind, or, it just depends. But I lose a lot for being that honest and that direct about it.
I feel like that comes with the territory. I feel like it wouldn't be right if it didn't happen that way.
But that's the most healthiest way to do it, though.
Yeah, that's why I say sometimes
you'll be lying to them for them to stay.
That's why I say sometimes I think about lying. Sometimes it be like,
that's what I'm saying.
I be thinking about Kevin, man, like selling a dream.
Either way, it's going to snowball into something. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
dealing with the crying and all that. Yeah. That's when you get sugar in your tank. Doing shit like that is when you get sugar in your tank.
But it's crazy because you're gonna get them to cry anyway. They're gonna cry regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't even mind that. Like the last one I did,
she love you, man.
Sometimes the crying is like just their communication, their expressions.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like I said, the last one I did
mind it. I don't like that crying shit, bro. I don't want to look at it for real,
I'm
bro.
nonchalant, honestly.
It comes with it, bro. It's gonna come with it.
It's like no matter what reaction you have, she's still crying.
I just rather not see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it.
It's been a time or two where like, and she in the middle of crying, I'm like, yo, you really crying for no reason. But in my head, I'm like, I'm thinking that, but I'm like,
you can't
validate this for no reason.
Oh no, she ain't gonna never see me cry. I can't, bro.
I've cried with a female before, maybe twice.
I mean,
twice in my lifetime.
But she ain't seen me cry.
What's the point of crying? You gonna waste that cry? You not gonna cry with her?
I don't think a woman seen me cry in a long time. I was probably like 20 years old, 21 years old or something. Last time I think a woman actually seen me cry. But I don't cry that often, bro.
I don't cry often either.
Some weird shit.
It's not even on no tough shit. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't think
I just don't cry that often.
Cry like that. Yeah.
I think I've cried once within like the past 3 or 4 years. Like, I've been to funerals and everything.
If you knew that if you cry with a shorty, she'll suck your toes, would you do it?
Other than that, man, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Coming on. And,
I want to ask, Ace, you in that toe sucking shit, bro?
Nah, I've never. It's not that I'm into it. I've had it done, and I was like, oh shit.
He a freak, boy.
Yeah, I've had it with a few times now, and it's always a surprise. It's always when they riding backwards. Cowgirl versus cowgirl.
Welcome back to Players vs.
It's
Gents.
always
You
like
definitely got to reset on that. Holy.
Yeah, it'd be the girls you never expect for real.
So, nah, my feet look crazy, bro. I don't let nobody suck my toes.
You don't get pedicure? Well, I get pedicures, bro. I get haircut, pedicures and shit.
I used to get those a lot. I used to get those like once every or twice a month.
And I'm a massage therapist, so you know I deal with the hospitality all the time.
I get massages pretty often.
I do it myself, honestly. I ain't.
But I had that done. Yeah, I
booking
appointments
appointments.
in a minute type shit.
You be booking appointments and shit. Like calling them up. When y'all next appointment for my nails? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. We was in NC. This nigga calling like 3-4 different stores trying to get appointments to get his nails done. I'm like,
bro, we going on set. We being on camera.
I'm like,
bro, this is my time where I'm reviving. I'm therapy. Like
your toes ain't out though. What you need your toes done for the pod?
What I need my toes out for?
That's what I'm saying.
I get the mani pays for the massages.
Oh, you get your hands done too?
Yeah, I get that shit done for the massages and the upkeep and shit.
The crazy thing is, the last girl I dated, she used to do my toenails.
It's gonna be a blooper.
Oh, she did.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna cut all out.
Okay. Yeah, she used to. Yeah. She would clip my toenails and shit like that for me.
So how do you feel about a man that gets that?
Nah, I don't mind. I used to do it all the time. I used to you ain't gonna put no clear polish on me, regardless. I ain't doing.
All right, look. We finna get back.
Chris, just let it rock, bro. Just let it rock.
Nigga, I'm done talking about toenails, nigga.
Bro, we gonna leave to something else, bro. We talking about real shit.
All right, go ahead.
It's like saying like you got a girl, like say you got a girl,
man.
right? Oh, let me see. So say you got a girl, right? I don't know. You say you got a girl that did that shit. So
yeah. It was her idea too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's something to where a female will put you onto it to where it's like, yo, this is actually relaxing.
That was one thing that was different about her that I liked about her, that she would cater to me a whole lot. Like I said, I don't be having my socks off around women because my feet look fucked up. You know, playing sports and shit like that, like my toenails are cracked. One of them I had to pretty much peel like the whole toenail off to let it regrow because it's been cracked and fucked up so much. But I think I don't think
I never took my shoes off in front of a girl, bro.
Never?
Nah, I mean like not like that, but like
it take a little
just
minute.
personally showing my toes.
Bro, if I get out the shower, bro, and I moisturize, I'm not putting socks on, bro. I'm going in the bed, bro.
Nah, I put my socks on, nigga.
What y'all bugging? I put my slippers on. I'm going in the bed. I'm chilling. Yeah. Feet, toes out. I'm chilling. Y'all bugging.
It take a little minute for me to take my socks off around women.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare off too early.
You got in the shower. You put socks on right after you moisturize?
All right, man. Let's get back, man. We back.
All right, so I got another question.
That was a blooper.
So your brand, right?
Yeah.
What's the name of your brand again?
She Bet Against You.
All right, so your brand, She Bet Against You.
Mm-hmm.
In what way, what is the ultimate version to get revenge on somebody that did you wrong?
Success.
And with success, is that, because you know we have success, you can be rich in aura, you can be rich in finance, you can be rich in social. In what aura, in what way would success be winning, be beating them in revenge?
Oh, that's actually a really, really good question. Becoming better than you were when you were with that person, I think. You know, especially from a guy standpoint, right? Like if a woman sees that like she left you in one state, right, and say you was making 20, 30K a year, but then now you're making $250,000 a year, you in better shape, smarter, traveling, you're doing some of the things that she would like to do, and she couldn't necessarily replace you. She gonna look at it like, damn, like I might have fucked up.
Okay, so look, would you ever see yourself taking back an ex?
No.
At all? Like what if she changed?
I don't care.
She locked in.
Do you ever still keep up with an ex?
Not anymore, no.
Like do you ever look at their social media, or they ever cross your mind when you ever look at an old picture?
They cross my mind for sure. I'm not gonna say they don't cross my mind, but like to go back, nah. I don't be looking at their social medias or nothing like that. Nah, there's no need to. I think that's
you too disciplined for me because
I don't care that much.
The thoughts cross my mind, but I try not to think about it.
Yeah, I think about it. Like, you know, I'm human, so I do think about it.
Obviously not all the time, but like
it'll be random things that make me think about it. But it's like I don't welcome those thoughts.
Yeah, no, I think about it from time to time, but it's not something that I'm like I would go back to. I think especially now, like I have more of an abundance mindset. So it's like, I always think that, and this could be ego or, you know, whatever, but I always look at it like I can replace her easier than she can replace me. That's my thought and my mindset. So it's like, I'm not about to go back, you know. And it's someone that I still care about, and it's like, I still want to see them do good.
Man, women get a lot of attention.
I want to see them do good.
Like women get a lot of attention though. Like when you think about it like that, like no matter where you go, on social media, like whatever kids may be, like you get a lot of attention.
Hey, so
like they can replace your ass in an instant.
I mean, it's gonna be a good dude though, and it ain't gonna be the dude that they desire.
So how would you describe a man of your stature now?
What do you mean?
You know how a female, you may ask a female, like, describe a man of your stature that, you know, that you was one of the men on your roster, some guy that you're texting or whatever you have in your phone. Mm-hmm. Like, what's a man of your stature that a female would point out that you're the type of man of?
I don't know. I don't really like to, like, if we was to talk about kind of like high value or like he's this or he's that, right? I think that those are characteristics that others ascribe to you. You can't necessarily ascribe those to yourself.
I'm more so saying, what is it that she will identify you as? Like, are you the guy that, like, oh yeah, he got a nice place and
like, what's his approach? Like, are you the funny
guy? Or I can
guy?
see him at the club sometime,
or like you like the chill, laid back guy. You like, I mean, you don't give off like you shy, but
you may have different ones. But what's some of the ones that females?
What's your true approach?
They know you as?
Yeah, like what's your approach? Like me, for example, I'm probably like the funny guy. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm always, you know what I'm saying, like making motherfuckers laugh and shit.
I'm the adventurous guy.
Chris is the funny guy?
I'm going hiking. I'm going vacations.
I feel like I'm funny as shit.
I mean, of course you do. So, but I'm going hiking, vacations.
Wow, all right, yo. That's the end of it, man. We going, man.
But nah, you have your role, but Chris really is the one that will have them laughing for real. They really have them like joking and shit. And I'm the one like, yo, you see that? Or like I'm pointing out the homeless guy.
You got me really, really thinking of what I want to say. I would say
that's cool. Take your time.
I say pretty confident. You know, I say a lot of crazy shit.
Okay. So you're the spontaneous, like you say shit to get them off guard. Like, oh shit, you really
one
said
thing
that.
they'll definitely say is that I'm an asshole.
Okay.
I'm still a gentleman though. You know, I don't.
Are you the asshole that treat them nice? Like you treat them nice?
Yeah, I don't let them like touch doors or nothing like that. I don't let them pay for shit, nothing like that. But
you just a smooth player. That's what it is.
Nah, I treat them well, but I make a lot of jokes about them too.
What do you think is some of the flaws that women will point out about you? Like things they be like, yo, mind you, they have their own. It's us choosing them, right?
Oh, that's an easy answer.
But they present what we want to choose. So if they like, yo, I would, but he just do this or he just act like this.
I'm a sexist.
What does that mean? In a way to we can understand. So like, what is that?
I believe in gender roles heavily. I believe men have roles, women have roles. Which is funny because they'll call me a sexist, but at the same time, those are the things that they like and they desire.
So you're not washing dishes?
Hell no. Not if she there. Fuck.
You got dishwashers?
I do got a dishwasher. All right. But she's a dishwasher.
Damn. Okay, say that.
And the sandwich maker.
Oh, okay.
Does that bring certain women because like you said, if you tell a woman that you know you may have a roster, it weeds out, it filters out. If you tell a woman you're not going to tell a woman this, but if you,
who won't?
How you going to come out and tell them you're sexist? In the first conversation, you're going to come out and tell them you're sexist?
No, they know by the way I speak.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to tell them, but they're going to see that you're sexist. That's going to filter out more women. So with the women that are filtered out that actually comes your way, what type of women are those?
A lot more than you would think because I say it, and I'm being facetious and using a little bit of hyperbole when I say a sexist, but at the same time, it's like, I'm the guy who's going to open up the door. I'm not going to let her pay for dates. I'm going to be a gentleman and be nice to her, but also think that she has roles as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm big on gender roles. Man, protect, provide, take care of the house, make sure she's protected, be willing to die for her. She takes care of the home and does like things that like just kind of help the guy out and be more of an assistant and be an aid. You know, sometimes when I say it like that, they look at it like, oh, he's a sexist, but when they actually see how I really am, they're like, okay, I like this. You know, I can't be a little bit polarizing and be, like I said, an asshole the way I convey it sometimes. Because I use a lot of jokes when I do it. Like kind of
that's like sarcastic shit.
Yeah,
facetious stuff, like you said.
Yeah, I'm very, very sarcastic. But a lot of times, I'm very serious when I say that. Like, but it does filter out a lot of women, especially when I tell them that they should be making me sandwiches. That should be, yeah.
It sounds like you just have a strict program. Like you know what you want, and you bring a certain aspect that they have to bring the other one to make it complete.
I mean, they can do it or they cannot do it. I'm not going to force them to do it. I'm not going to force them to do or acquiesce to what I want them to do. I have certain expectations. It'd be like the same on my end, right? If I don't meet up to her expectations, she's just like, okay, this is not the guy for me. You know, she filters me out. You know, it's like, I don't want to fuck with him. It's the same way on my end. I have certain expectations and certain things that I would want from a woman, and that she can decide to do it or she can decide not to do it. I'm not going to yell at you or tell you need to do this. That's just what it is with me.
Hey, man, that's what's up, man. That's real. I mean, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, this whole podcast was meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? It was meant to like come together for us to come as men, especially men without children. You know, that's another thing as well. But like just overall, the she bet against you brand, players versus gents. I feel like it's like the same motto, same direction.
She bet against you and he bet against you. Yeah, I fucks with that. It's a duality, just like
same
us.
Direction, same. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like this was one of them ones that had to come together. Is there any type of like motivation you can give to somebody that was in the same position you was in, as far as like, you know, smoking, drinking, and, you know, just being out of the element? Is there any type of like, no, but I'm saying the motivation to the camera. So like motivation you want to tell to somebody that might be looking, you know what I'm saying? What would you give them?
I'm gonna speak directly to the men. Take accountability, become a better man. Get in the gym, build a strong mindset, work a lot of hours, make some money, read, become competent, become a better version of yourself. If you want to get a woman, you need to be good in all areas. So you need to work on yourself constantly. Figure out what your flaws are, work on those flaws.